So now you know the essential elements to make an amazing photo. You know how to pick awesome light. You can find an amazing background. And your composition is on point. But yet something can still ruin your photo. The fake smile. I know it well. When you look at a photograph, you've got to admit, even if you don't know the subject, you can still tell when a smile has been forced or isn't natural. The model doesn't mean to do it. They're trying their best to look happy, but standing in front of a camera is nerve-wracking. What you need to be able to take your photo from, that's a pretty good shot, to wow, jaw on the floor amazingness, is a fantastic, genuine expression. But we all know that's easier said than done. Well, I'm going to walk you through some key techniques to bring out the best in your subjects so that you can capture that all-elusive, genuine smile. Tip 1 is build rapport. It's really important that the person or group you're photographing feel comfortable around you, and even better, view you as a friend. Before you even think about getting your camera out, spend time by warming you both up and helping them feel relaxed by starting with a cup of tea and some small talk. Chat about how they feel in front of a camera and encourage them if they're worried. Talk about what sort of shots you have planned for the session and share your passion and enthusiasm for the shoot. Take the time to break the ice and it will pay dividends later on in their expressions and demeanour. Tip 2 is come out from behind the camera. Staring down the lens of a camera is seriously intimidating. Looking at an object like a lens is going to leave most subjects stiff and awkward. You can bring out genuine smiles and facial expressions by setting up your shot and focus, but then coming out from behind the camera and talking to your subject while still shooting on rapid fire mode. Their face will soften instantly as they see your face, and they'll forget about being stiff and uptight and just relax into a normal conversation with you. Tip 3 is always encourage and compliment. Most people are a lot less confident than we might imagine. Of course, don't be false about it, but pick up on anything they genuinely are doing well or that's working great for the shoot. Like for example, the clothes they've picked out or the way their hands positioned. If a photo that you've just shot of them looks really great, then tell them you're really excited about how the pictures are turning out. The key is to build their confidence in themselves and their confidence in you that you're making them look good. Even if you start off in one place or one pose and it's not working, whatever you do, don't let on. That'll totally kill the mood, their confidence, and therefore your pictures. Even when it's not working, keep being encouraging. Find something you do like about the shot and say something along the lines of, I love what you're doing with your hair, but it might look even better over here. Could I just get you to move over this way a little bit? Tip 4 is involve someone else. I'm not the world's best comedian. Some photographers are amazing at telling jokes and getting clients to laugh, but unfortunately under pressure I can never think of a good joke. Instead I rely on someone else. I get someone they know really well to stand really close to me, and I ask them to do something silly. It works really well for all ages, kids and adults. I've had mums shouting boobies over my shoulder, which made her boys absolutely collapse in fits of giggles. And I've had grooms make totally inappropriate gestures behind me at weddings. I have no idea actually what they did, but it certainly made the bride laugh. Tip 5 is whisper a secret. If you're photographing two people, a really great way to get a fun, genuine expression is to ask one of them to whisper a secret into the other person's ear. Not only will they probably say something funny, which will raise a smile in itself, but it's also just so awkward and tickly to have somebody whisper in your ear that whatever they say is going to make your subject laugh. Tip 6 is ask questions. It's great to keep the dialogue going with your subject, to maintain the relaxed, informal feel of their expression and posing. One way you can do this is to ask them questions. When Jacob is fed up of having his photo taken and is putting on a sad face, I ask him to think of the funniest word he can think of. The answer is usually poo or wee. But it makes him happy. It makes him really happy. And I'll come out from behind the camera while still shooting, repeating the word, saying, "What did you say? Poo?" in a totally outraged voice, and he totally loves it. It's a great way to get kids engaged again in your pictures and laughing lots. Tip 7 is to show intimacy without being awkward. A lesson I learned fairly on in my wedding photography career is that couples love to have portraits where they look in love and intimate, but they really don't want to have photos of them kissing up on their walls. Way too awkward in front of mum and dad. So the question is, How to create that sense of a kiss without actually kissing. One way to do it is to ask the couple to get really nice and close and to rub noses. It works for any kind of couple who are close, including siblings. Although when I asked my own girls to rub each other's noses, they took it quite literally. Still, it turned out a really cute shot even if it wasn't quite what I meant. The other way is to ask person A to wrap their arms around person B while person B looks into the camera. Then ask person A to get unnaturally close to person B's face and gaze lovingly at them. You can add in the whispering bit here too, or a kiss on the cheek. The main thing is that their faces are super close in together, much more so than they would be in natural life. It'll probably seem a bit weird when you ask them to do it, because when you're that close to someone you can't even see them straight, so you can't really gaze at them. But it makes for a lovely photo and beautiful expressions. Finally, tip 8 is involve activities. The main enemy of a beautiful relaxed portrait with genuine expressions is getting your subject to stay still for too long without giving them any form of distraction. One distraction that we've already talked about is obviously coming from behind your camera and complimenting them and engaging with them, but you can also get lovely natural expressions if you work activities into what your subject's doing. For example, if I told my children I just want to take their photo, I might get their attention for about 3 minutes at the max. However, if we go on a family walk, then it's much easier to quickly take a photo of them so they're not getting bored, and then keep on walking for a bit and then take another photo. This just means that photography is part of a bigger picture, and it makes it much more enjoyable and less pressure. For adults as well, it's just a case of walking around finding different locations. Walking around a bit gives you a break between shots and the time to build rapport again with your subject, rather than non-stop shooting, which can be very tiring for your subject and for yourself. Photo challenge time! Okay, so that was my tips on how to get great expressions for your portraits, and now it's time to put them into practice. Today's photo challenge is to shoot a portrait with a lovely genuine smile. Portraits are my all-time favourite kind of photography, so I can't wait to see your shots in the group. Mark them with the hashtag expression and I'll look forward to seeing what you come up with.